to the 16-yard line. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. John Kaminsky showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action.
Oh, his first throw of this playoff matchup is intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. He'll take it inside the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
3rd down, Hooker looks to throw it. A throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through it. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Caleb Shudak on now for the field goal. This from 44 yards away. And his kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll run with Gibson. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
19 Lions. Go street. 60 Bobcats. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And our statistician, Ben Ramsar, just held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss really in the first quarter.
Well, Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats. I'd love to be on the offense's headset right now, because what you're hearing is, can someone please block him? Come up with a scheme, come up with something. Make sure you block him because he's disrupting everything.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Well, let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Lions will take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Well, that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Well, that's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat.
In motion goes Raymond. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. They'll go again with Gibbs. Gets through, and now an opening. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down in the hands of the wrong team.
Let's go.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll be forced out of bounds on the other side of the field. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
19 tight. 19 tight. Go.
2nd and 13. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. A good pickup there, a 22.
Let's go now.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's 2nd and 8. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. They'll drop to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Head the street. Head the street. Ready, ready.
A give right side for Gibbs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check smash.
Another run for Gibbs here. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
This 2nd and 4.
Ready.
On the end around, here comes Williams. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Trap 60, trap 60. Check smash, check smash.
Hooker. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
7 Pirates. 19 Lions. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
They'll go for it. Hooker. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Lions first down. They needed 4, they got 8, and it results in a conversion on 4th down. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, 35 yards. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and good by Shudak. And the lead grows to 10-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got it to Gibson. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, L.A. Antonio Gibson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception. Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Michael Davis. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
18 Rattlers, 18 Rattlers, go!
Here's Hooker. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Rams are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Trav. Buffalo 18. Dragon 60. Cut 19. Cut 19.
Back to throw here. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions will take over possession here up at the 44. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On second down, here's Gibbs. Down the right sideline. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams 5. 99 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Let's go now.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, at these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. Gibbs. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
19 Tigers, 18 Pioneers. Warriors 70. 19 tight, 19 tight. Panther 11, Panther 11. 60 Mavericks, 60 Mavericks. Go.
Hooker going to try and throw for it. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and this Rams defense comes up with a goal line stand. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. Down the sideline he goes. Antonio Gibson. Touchdown, LA! Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Rams have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as he gets this up past the 30. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 152 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better really as the night's gone on. This offense so far on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Pass complete there to McCool. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10, and he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Those wide receiver screens like that, isn't that what they said they wanted to implement more in the game plan this week?
They certainly did because they felt like they had an advantage with their receivers out in open space. They thought they could make the first guy miss like a punt returner and then pick up nice blocking downfield.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Off the RPO, he completes it. Touchdown! Puka Nacua, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Rams are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead, and that's what he did.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Go check.
Off play action. Here's Hooker. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught at the 25. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Hooker to the air yet again. Got his man. It's Williams. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Hooker going to try to throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's interesting interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. John Kaminsky, his second sack of the night.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. This is 1st and 10. Here's Hooker to throw it. St. Brown on the catch. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Hooker to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now Hooker. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now 1st and goal. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. Throwing here is Hooker. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
65 cat, 65 cat. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Here's Hooker. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Ready, ready.
Here's a big one. It's 4th and goal. Back to throw, Hooker. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
The Rams are on to next week as we say so long, everybody. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Detroit.